So, Gershon, obviously the routine was broken a little bit. You had two good wins, you had last week off. I heard you trained them very hard before the weekend, eased off. So how's the momentum, how's everything looking?
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. And we miss also two players. They've been to the national team, Louis De Riccio and Brook. Still Mirko is not fit to play. He got another injury now on his knee. Jordan has played this morning 11 against 11 for 2 times 30 minutes with the reserves, the youth team. So, and since a weekend off, it's a little bit also strange to pick it up then. You never know how the boys are reacting. And the opponent is, I think, have a style of football that's very difficult to create chances. If you see the last 2 games of Brisbane, you see that Melbourne Victory had 4 chances, two times in the transition, and Western had only 2 chances. So they defend very well with a lot of people behind the ball, and they come very quick. They can come out, and when they have the ball, they can also play a long time on ball possession. Yeah, and we have a home game, so it will be interesting how the boys are doing. The whole week we trained, tactically also. So I hope we find the solution to break the wall and to score goals.
So just with obviously Lewis is missing, he started the first 3 games. You had Maria there a couple of weeks ago as the double 6. Is he maybe going to slot into where Lewis was?
No.
So you got something else planned?
Yeah.
You just leave it at that.
Yeah, because when I tell you, also the opponent will read the newspaper, and he also knew it. So they don't know how we're going to do it, and I want to keep that way. So
just obviously with Brisbane, you said there's a wall there.
Yeah.
You know, how do you get that wall to come out? Because they're quick on transition. They use their fullbacks a lot in the transition. So how do you bring them out where there's space?
They play in defense 5-4-1 and very close to the goalkeeper. So sometimes the one striker is even behind the middle line. It's very little space, so you have to move a lot and play a very dynamic game. And you have to watch out that you don't get too many plays for the ball, but because when you lose the ball, you're very vulnerable because a lot of space is in the back. So we've seen it the games before. I said already the 2 games they played against Western and Melbourne Victory. They didn't give a lot away, and they have a good team. I like the way when they have the ball, because then they also attack with a lot of players. The fullbacks are almost the wingers, and then I expect them with probably 3 strikers. One is deep and 2 more 2-10s. You can also call it 2-10s. So you have to watch out and be very focused and very disciplined, and the ball has to go around from left to right in a high tempo.
Just thinking forward as well, so you've had the squad broken up because you lost 3 to the national team. I think on Monday you might lose maybe 3 or 4, definitely Toure. Arnold said he's taking him. I don't know who else maybe in that squad, but perhaps Riley, I don't know, George if he's fit, and maybe the goalkeeper.
No, they take only Toure.
So
and Magouche. Toure and Magouche are selected, the other one's not.
Okay, so is that surprising for you that Riley's not going, or is that a compromise at the club?
I've had a chat with the coach from the Olympic team, and he explained to me that he's also been a club coach. He said when it's not necessary, we don't take the starters, but sometimes they have to because Touré is a starter. But I think they want to see him how he does it in the team, in the ones who are selected. It's a pity because probably Touré will tomorrow also start. That he is not there when we play against Central Coast, but yeah, that's the stupid rule here in Australia, that the FIFA break doesn't have a break for us, and that you have to give away your players who are a starter.
And it must affect what you want to do as well, because like I said, you know us 3 for the last week, and then obviously another 2 for maybe another 7 days. Does that affect how you're operating because you don't follow the international break?
The strange thing is that the game from next week against Central Coast, is a day later than it was programmed because of Sydney. So they have also some players in the national team, and that's why they put another game on Friday, and we have to move to Saturday. So that's an advantage for Sydney, and not for us. Yeah, and we are now losing Touré, and they talk about quality in the A-League. They want to have it higher and better. Yeah, if you have a time once in a month, the best players with the national teams. Yeah, because this week we miss Luigi, next week we miss Touré. Of course, sometimes you have injuries, you have to also miss players, but they are fit. They are fit players. We want to develop young players. Luigi is just 18, Touré is 19 or 20. Yeah, and when you do a good job, they pick him away. They get him away in those periods that they have to play football. And even you have to ask yourself, if when the Riccio is going back and we play a good game today, if we play next week.
That's fair. Just getting back on, obviously tomorrow. Have you ever, in your career, faced Fowler, maybe as a coach or even as a player when he started many years ago? Did you ever hook up?
With the coach of Brisbane? No.
So first time?
Yeah.
So how do you see him as a coach? Because obviously you've seen that he can set a team up well. You've had many years of experience. This is really his first proper managerial role. How do you see him?
Yeah. I can only talk about the games I saw them. I saw them playing against Victory. I saw them play against Western, and defense was very good organized, with a lot of players behind the ball. And when they have the ball, they play good football. So they find each other easily, and they get chances in the space they create. So it's another way of thinking about football than I do, but. The only good way is the way when you are successful, and he built a team with a philosophy where he thinks he can be successful.
You know, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've seen in football a lot of good defenders, and you play at the back, are more attacking when you become a manager. A lot of attackers are more defensive. Have you seen that? So collaboration where the attackers are more cautious when they become managers and defenders are more expressive.
I don't know. I think the best coaches also are midfield players and defenders, and not the attacking coaches. And I think that had to do with as a defender, you're more thinking about the team than an attacker. An attacker knows he get the reactions of he's scoring goals or making assists. So he's more playing for himself than defenders and midfield players are doing. Maybe that's the cause. I don't know.
Gertjan, this is the first time we'll play at home since the FFA Cup final. Obviously that night we had a massive crowd. How important is it for fans to come out again on a nice Sunday afternoon and support the team and support the boys?
When the atmosphere is good, and it was good against Melbourne City for the FFA Cup, it generates more energy for the players. They keep on going, and you saw it here at home against Sydney. We got lost at 2-0, and then we came back 2-1, 2-2, and even with 10 men, the support was fantastic, and almost we got 1 point against a good team, and with 10 men. So they generate more energy, and the environment it's important. You don't have to travel, and the atmosphere here now, I've seen them twice, Sydney FC and then here at the FFA Cup. Yeah, that helps.
A lot of people, a lot of players in the league talk about how good this stadium is here, not only just the atmosphere that the fans can create, but also the playing surface. And earlier in the week, James Troisi mentioned how it's important for the team, for the club, to build a very difficult environment for other teams to come and play in. Is that not only the attitude of the players on the pitch and how well they perform at home, but also, like you said before, the fans and the atmosphere they can create to make it hostile and difficult for the opposition?
I think you have always to be the boss in your own house. When we come here to play at home, every team has to be scared to come here and have to know that it's very difficult to beat Adelaide. And they know at home we will attack. We will try to make the people happy to see good football, and you have to do that with results, because good football and a lot of chances and no points. Yeah, that's never working. The confidence will go away. So you need points to get the confidence. The way you play football, it's the best one for this team.